Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a slow, long, relaxing breath. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful sense of letting go, of releasing any tension, of feeling it leave your body in that outward breath. As you breathe in deeper, and as you exhale for longer. As you start to activate the diaphragm, enabling you to breathe in deeper, giving you more of that oxygen. But I want you to imagine you're breathing in more than just oxygen. I want you to imagine what a color of resourcefulness would look like to you. Any resources that would be desirable or appealing are the very resources you would imagine. And maybe that's a bright, vibrant color, yellow or orange, or something else. And just imagine breathing in that color of resourcefulness. Feel it going into your lungs and imagine your heart distributing those resources to every cell of your being. And as you exhale, imagine a grey, dark color leaving your body. And allow this to represent anything holding you back. Any fears, doubts, hesitations, any excuses. Just imagine them leaving your body, breathing in that bright feeling of resourcefulness and exhaling the shadows of self-doubt, of procrastination or delay. And as you breathe in that vibrant color of resourcefulness, you're reminded that your choices are your own, that you are the architect of your life and your future. And once you've decided you will do something, it is impossible for anyone else to deter you. Feel that you are awakening that disciplined, determined, dare I say it, stubborn part of you that will do what you plan on doing. And the more difficult it becomes, the more appealing it feels. Breathe in and breathe out, letting go of any tension, any distractions, and just allow yourself to feel present and in the moment. Become aware of fabric material on your skin, the temperature in the room. And with each breath you take, just imagine yourself sinking a little deeper into a state of comfort and calm. Allowing your body to relax and your mind to drift. As you focus on the sound of my voice. And now, with every breath you take, breathe in more of that bright color of resourceful relaxation. But imagine it vibrating at a cellular level from the top of your head, gradually going down. Feel that rhythm of breath and ever-increasing relaxation as you feel that relaxation flowing from the top of your head all the way down the muscles in your face, neck and shoulders, down to the tips of your fingers. Feel that resourcefulness rippling down your chest and torso, down into your legs, all the way down to the very tips of your toes. With each exhale, feel any remaining tension, stresses or worries melting away and leaving your body in that outward breath, leaving your body feeling lighter yet deeply at ease. And as you relax more deeply, I want you to recall a time when you enjoyed running, maybe a specific run in a specific part of the world. Maybe you can recall the temperature of the air, the rhythm of your running, the surroundings, how you felt in that moment. Maybe there was a smell connected to the nature. Maybe there were sounds or familiar voices. And as you reconnect to that version of you, feel alive, connected, powerful. Feel strong and disciplined and determined. Perhaps you can remember the feeling of your feet hitting the ground, the rhythm of your breathing, the flow of your movement. It may even feel like home. Each step you take on this trail pulls you further into a sense of clarity, purpose, fulfillment, even joy. Each step, each moment of rhythm, feel your mind awakening, opening, accessing a part of you that perhaps has been dormant for a while. Maybe that version of you is like the phoenix. Feel it rising from the flames. The runner. The person that people would see and think, how do they do that? Awaken that part. That adventurer. That version of you that did the difficult thing, not because you had to, but because you wanted to. And as you continue on that imaginary run from your past, maybe you can recall a different time when you were training. A time when you needed to prepare, to schedule, to work backwards, to look at your diary and ensure the training and the runs got done. All those skills, planning, preparation from your past have not been forgotten. Feel that you're dusting the cobwebs away from those skills and abilities, that they are thawing like a tree in the days after snowfall where it's melting away. Feel that you are reactivating the skills and resources necessary. Step into that version of you training hard. Feel strong, determined, and focused. Feel the power in your legs, the rhythm in your stride, the capacity in your lungs. Perhaps you can even recall a time that you pushed beyond even your own perceived limits. And I wonder how many times you've surprised yourself, surprised others. And what if this is the time in your life where you surprise yourself again, and maybe surprise a few other people that didn't know your accomplishments of your past? Feel that you are now embarking on a quest to do something for nobody else but you. The satisfaction it will give you, reawakening confidence and belief, mental fortitude. And if that's the reason, then on those cold, windy, rainy days, wouldn't that give you more of that pride, satisfaction, emotional and psychological strength? In fact, the tougher it gets, the more motivating and appealing it seems to hold for you. Because those qualities of the past, your grit, your passion, your perseverance, are not lost. They are just waiting for the challenge to be awakened. Perhaps you could imagine a bonfire that seems to have dulled down but is still flickering with flames. And all it needs is the right material for those flames to roar back into life. And what if it's something as simple as you booking a marathon, buying the tickets, waiting for that number to arrive? What if that's all it takes to reawaken the qualities and resources that are lying dormant within you? And you know that this marathon is not just about finishing a race. It's about who you become, training and preparing and completing it. Reawakening that version of you that still exists. And each cold, rainy day, each hill you climb, every mile you run, becomes part of the story you're writing. A story of strength, resilience, determination. And the more challenging the journey, the sweeter the victory. And you find yourself drawn to this challenge, not in spite of the obstacles, but because of them. They are what will make this truly meaningful. And perhaps you could imagine going forwards in time to the morning of a marathon. Maybe you could imagine yourself lacing up your shoes, pinning a number to your shirt. And on that day of the race, you're reminded of all of those previous times that you went out for just 5 minutes. Those 5-minute runs that ended up being half an hour or more is what needed to happen for you to feel prepared for the day of the marathon. those 5 minutes weren't about 5 minutes. It was about breaking inertia, building momentum, starting, reactivating the rhythm of your lungs, the rhythm of your legs. Sometimes the hardest part is just leaving that front door and starting. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Each run makes the next run easier. Before long, those small runs become longer, and you look forward to catching a ferry, changing the location, going for those longer runs. And all of this took place in the run-up to the day of an official marathon. And maybe you could imagine that because there is an element of doing something outside of the norm, on those days that you got yourself on that ferry, tackling longer runs, all of it is purposeful. Feel aligned with a purpose. And maybe your why is just because you can. Maybe your why is because it's difficult. That's what makes it appealing. To find yourself back there to the day of the marathon, feel the excitement. All the other people stretching, going up to that starting line, and feel a sense of pride that even as you start the race, you're proud of all the training you did that led up to that point. Feel a sense of preparedness in your body. And every step of the race reminds you of your journey. Those early mornings, the rainy runs, the hills, the terrains, but also those sunny days. That running is just a metaphor for life. Some days are easy, some days are hard. But you've chosen to do something challenging, becoming stronger in the process. And imagine finding a rhythm on that day of the marathon, all the way until seeing a key number signifying not much left. Maybe it's the 20 mile. Knowing that it's the final stretch, and feel a sense of digging deep, that resolve. And perhaps you can see the finishing line up ahead. The time isn't important. Finishing is. And as you cross that finish line, feel a wonderful sense of all the emotions flooding to you. I want you to get a sense that this is not a possibility. This is a destiny. And you will prepare for this destiny in a way that ensures its success. Perhaps there's someone waiting for you beyond the finishing line. Perhaps imagine a hug and embrace. Perhaps imagine taking a drink or eating something and feel that this is not one day, someday. This is just a few months in your future. And if you feel excited and inspired to manifest this future, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. Consider this a seed sown deep in your subconscious mind. Roots are already starting to form. And in those few months of training, the tree will grow. And when you complete and finish the marathon, that seed of an idea will bear fruit. It's time to return to this moment, taking all of these awakened resources, sense of clarity, motivation, inspiration, all the way back to the here and now. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect fully into the here and now as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.